Hey everyone, Wonderbot here, and welcome back to Cavern Kings. So let's load up Android, let's be the golden robot of death and destruction, put on a mining helmet because it matches, kick beam cannon because I'm addicted to it, and jackhammer. Okay, this is really loud. And let's get our cursor back. I do kind of hate it that they're the cursor are... Okay, there we go. I was like, is anybody even going to spawn? Am I just going to be alone here? Okay, I do kind of hate it that your cursor doesn't spawn immediately as you get into this game. Oh, you know what? I've got, I was playing as N-Type the other night. Not exactly the greatest of footage, unfortunately, because I was just tired. Ah, man. Recording when you're tired. Hard thing to do. Wow. Did I really do that much damage? No, I must have just hit it with some ricochet shots and didn't realize I had done as much as I had done. That doesn't even make that much sense, but that's okay. Okay. But yeah, dynamic camera is great for N-Type, not great for really anybody else, but still. Let's just destroy everybody into a shower of gems. Because, I don't know. I've never really understood kind of the whole premise of, like, enemies just, like, shit money when they die. But, you know what? As far as, I don't know, video game mechanics go, it's not something that I mind that much. It's just like, you know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of, like, games that, like, specifically have very limited money sources, and I'm kind of coming up with a bit of a... blank. Oh, not a big deal. I'm really digging the leaf blocks, though, for this area. I know I'm, like, jumping from topic to topic in one long, unbroken sentence, but, like, it's seriously, actually, one of my favorite changes that they enacted in the previous patch, just because it's made things just that much more... I guess that much easier to traverse as far as this area goes. Also, the inclusion of more explosive boxes has helped a lot. I'm hoping I can get another jump here, though. If I can get, like, one more, this run has, like, a lot of potential. That said, if I can't get any, we're in trouble. Let's blow up the TNT. Sometimes it makes my life easier, sometimes it doesn't. So far, jury is out on this one. And kick beam cannon is fantastic for this. I think the best weapon in the game, thus far, just kind of judging by, like, basic performance and past experiences, is pretty solidly the saw driver. It is, I think it's called the saw driver anyway. I don't actually pay as much attention to the names as I probably should, but I think the saw driver actually has a fairly commanding lead on all the other guns, just because of the way it handles strike through. Like, the kick beam can, yeah, it'll strike through, like, one guy, but the saw driver actually does multiple ticks per person, which is pretty powerful, all things considered. And, of course, the kick beam cannon pops up and takes out one of those guys. Ugh. I like the lyre, but you don't level very often, so it's, like, kind of... I guess it's only good for, like, the moment that we have it right now. But yeah, no. The saw driver would, like, cut through this crowd real fast, just because... I mean, it does tick damage. It doesn't do just, like, one set. Hey, there we go. Not that I really need it, but, I mean, any and every little bit helps here. I'm really hoping I can get a Heart of Belial or a jump. At least Arena Mode is effectively just rife with, health pickups left and right. Let's just blow them up. Or at least blow up the train so we can get to safety, grab the stuff. Perfect! Okay. I also like a black hole box. That'd be helpful. Oh, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is a bit on the hairy side. This is a bit on the super hairy side. Somehow we're not dead yet. Look, don't question these things, because I don't either. Okay. So far so good. We get another lyre. That's not useful. Like, one of them is useful. Two? Excessive, and generally unnecessary, especially considering how little we have of anything else. Wow, the lightning damage is really high. I don't think I ever properly processed that one. Okay, these guys are scary. I'm trying to... There we go. Trying to get down here, get the boxes, get my health back up. Because, yeah, we do get the bonus lightning damage, a la being Android, but it's just not quite enough. Unless they might have rebalanced the lyre so it works differently. I could be wrong about this one, but I feel like it's proccing more often, even though I'm not leveling at all. I wonder if it's, like, based on a... I have no idea what it would be based on. Okay. See, here's where we need the extra jumps, and we're not getting them. I need to get up to that box, honestly. That's not helpful. That is helpful. Okay. And let's destroy the level. Perfect. Oh, hello. You are hella useful. Okay, and there's my HP pickups, and we might actually be able to do this with the double jackhammer. That's going to provide a pretty huge boon, assuming I don't get totally nuked here. Let's just destroy everything. There we go. And it did not take out the stone guy. Then again, I feel like we are baseline meant to fight each other, considering he is electricity and so am I. Okay, and that is a bomb. That's not useful. Gilded... Resplendent Vial. Not Gilded Vial. I don't know why. I think it's called a Gilded Vial. It's not, but still. Okay, so things that we need. Trying to think of that one. Jin Zephyr Horns would be great. Jumps. Jumps, I think, above all else. Because everything else kind of can go kind of in the background. Extra jumps we need. We have next to no maneuverability, and we need a lot of it. Luckily, our health is staying semi-high, and we're keeping a lot of the, like, little guys off of us, which is very appreciated. Whew. Okay. Luckily, also, health pickups are fairly common in this game, in the arena mode. Okay, let's just destroy everything. And Cluster of Iron. That's actually pretty damn useful. Okay. Hey! Got popped up by an enemy there. Works out perfectly for me. How much money do I have? I've got enough for both of those chests. Yeah, no guarantee we're going to win this one, but, well, given the old college try, and I really want that rocket pickup. They are very determined to make me work for it. Okay, but yeah, with the Resplendent Vials and the sheer amount of money just dropping all over the place, I think we're okay. I would love magnetism, honestly. If I could get my hands on a Black Hole Box, we'd have a bit of a benefit of, I wouldn't have to work as hard to get all of the health pickups that I'm looking for here. That said, we're getting a lot of clusters of iron. We got 3 now. Oh, thank you. Active healing. Okay, speaking of active healing, let's go get some not quite active healing and just hang it over here. Okay, nice thing is now I can actually tank, or not worry about damage as much, because I've got a double jackhammer effectively makes it so I'm going to be able to heal. I attack fairly fast with this thing, and I can just sit on top of enemies. We are still going to have to worry very greatly about, like, high amounts of burst damage. I'm kind of hoping I can get some iframes here. There's our extra jump. We might actually have this one in the bag, run-wise, which is kind of great. I'm just trying to think, because we've got a couple of chests here and there I kind of want to open up. I was kind of hoping that would give me more bomb squad armor. Well, speaking of, it happened anyway. Okay. Unfortunately, bomb squad armor really doesn't feel like it helps nearly as much as I'd like it to, but, I mean, let's be honest. If bomb squad armor really made that much of a difference, then... Oh, right. I've got a third jump. I can get up here. Alright, swords. Okay. So, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the baseline health for it, but it'd be very nice to be able to... Come on, give me some health. That's not exactly what I was looking for, but I do not mind. Okay, and we're keeping the little guys off of me for a second. The basic attacks are starting to hurt, starting to build up, because we have no health regen. And we haven't gotten any major health pickups in a while. Okay, there we are. That's gotta be at least one. Let's get down here before things start going bad. Okay. Because usually I was fairly reliant on health pickups, and they're not coming as much. However, the other pickups are. So that kind of works in our favor. I took that bomb straight to the face. And there's actually a stone guy down here. Okay, there's multiple, really. Practically an infinite number. Okay, give me that health. Oh, we got it now. Perfect. Unfortunately, our damage still isn't quite high enough. So, you know, I can't count on the swords yet. But if I can get a little bit more damage, if I can get... There we go, a Jin Zephyr Horn. Assuming I can reach it. Perfect. Now we've got the attack speed necessary. I'm still going to be taking damage here and there, so it's going to be inconsistent, but that's okay, I can deal with it. I'm kind of hoping we can get Spread Shot here. Spread Shot is going to make a huge difference. I don't even know what I got hit by there, but that's okay. I can get my health back fairly fast, and we're getting a lot of clumps of iron here. Okay, this might actually be a damn good arena run for Android. Then again, that was kind of one of those where it's like I knew Android was going to be fairly good for the arena, just baseline, because, well, when you have AoE damage ability keeps all the little guys off of you, you really don't have to worry about as much comparatively. That's just, jeez, my frame rate though. This is messy, to say the least. at least we've got strike through and a couple other things. Oh, right, we've got explosive damage when enemies die. That is also incredibly useful. I'm getting kicked around like crazy, though. This is disconcerting. I don't have iframes either. I'm really hoping I can actually get one of those. But as long as I've got the time to, like, get up close, I should have an... spirit candle, please. Yes, got it. As long as I can, like, get up and around, and I've got, what, a couple of jumps? I actually cannot tell how many jumps I have at this point. There's a little bit too much chaos going on right now. Hey, Books of Secrets. Holy crap. Kick beam cannon looks awesome when you don't fire it for a while, because you get like a Mondo beam. I almost kind of wish you could keep charging it forever, so eventually you get like a beam that transcends the sky, or something like that. I don't know. That doesn't even really make a whole lot of sense, but you guys probably get the picture. Alright, and thank you, bombs. We're getting a lot of Books of Secrets. Do not regret this in the slightest. How many do we have? We've got 4 at this point. Okay, 5. I'm glad that it's a common item, honestly. I can kind of understand why it wouldn't be, but at the same time, like, especially later on, especially in, like, oh, I want this. I want all of this. There we go. Okay, we got swords. I'm not really using the swords as much, just because there's just too much random damage rolling in at a time. But at this point, we might actually have the base damage that I can kind of hang back and let the swords do dirty work. Oh, well, never mind. Man can hope, right? And kind of worked. Okay, let's get some health. Let's get our swords back. Perfect. As long as I can actually avoid these hits. Well, no. Yeah, I got the kick beam cannon, so pretty much no matter what, I'm fine. It's just, I like the swords. The swords are fun to use. Okay, look at all these jumps. Look at all this loot. Still no black hole boxes, though. Would really like one of those. Oh well. And we're getting plenty of health. We're getting plenty of money. Okay, so far, so good. And we're getting a lot of these volcanic bombs. I wonder if you can unlock Entite through arena mode, because that would actually be fairly viable. Also, holy crap, do I do a lot of damage. I've got five clumps of iron. Apparently that makes more of a difference than I thought it did. Well, props to me. Okay, and thought I avoided that. Turns out, didn't. Then again, like, I like the sword, I really do, but it's not super effective in the arena. It'll probably get really absurd once we've gotten to the point where we can just keep everything off of us because of sheer damage and destruction and whatnot. But for now, like, I'm staying fairly close to full health, but I'm never quite there half the time. Or more per se, it just kind of ping-pongs left and right. But yeah, no, we can just effectively occupy the... we can just occupy a position and shoot. And the more money I get, the more damage I'm going to be doing. Yes! Thank you, money shot. I should probably go chest collecting at some point, but at this point the drops are actually good enough that it's not super beneficial. Like there, I got, what did I get from the chest? I got the lyre from the chest and then bomb squad armor just as a random drop, which I'm very happy about. Here's the question. Do enemies drop... Are enemies more likely to drop rare items in this game than, like, chests and whatnot? I think that's actually true. That's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. And so far, here we go. Alright, so now we got spread shot with the kick beam cannon, which means more ricochets. If I can get a bunch of those, we're going to destroy everything. Unfortunately, the chest did not feel like giving me a copy of spread shot. Then again, it's only a 33% chance, so it's not exactly the best odds. Okay, I guess I could have avoided that and just tried to farm items purely off of chests, you know, just only opening up chests and picking them up if they're good. That is actually an interesting consideration that I was thinking of, is like, seeing as chests do have a chance of giving you a copy of the last item you got, you really could do some kind of interesting cheese that way. That said, I'm not that focused right now, and honestly, I don't really need it. Like, this run is in the bag. Hands down. Unless something comes in and starts really heavily murdering me, what's probably going to kill us is just me quitting in, I don't know, like 10-20 minutes or something like that after being like, alright, this is good enough. Unless I really want to do the 3-4 part episode on the arena. Oh, holy crap. Okay, so we just got a bunch of vigor beetles. That is useful. Now, I don't know if there's a cap on vigor beetles. It seemed like there was a little while ago. But that could have just been sheerly a bug. Could have been an error, but I want to say that, like, maybe Vigor Beetles only give you a maximum of, like, 50 HP, which actually kind of makes sense as a way of, like, balancing them out. But considering HP is, like, the one thing that you do not get in this game, I kind of wish it was kind of an uncapped thing, just like the Infusion. But I guess if you could get up to, like, a couple thousand HP, you'd be largely unstoppable in this game. So I can kind of see why the developers wouldn't throw that in. Still don't have any iframe boosters, which I would like at least one of. Alright, what do we get? More Clumps of Iron. Cannot complain about that. I'm kind of hoping that I can get, like, 30 of them on a run someday and just be like, oh god, my frame rate is not happy with me as I do all of these things. That's okay. But I'd love to do a run that I just have a drill that is, like, well, I mean, our drill is already absurdly large, or it's not a drill, it's a freaking jackhammer, but still. I think it would be funny. Okay. So the frame rate kind of goes up and down, fits and bursts and starts and stuff like that. We're getting a bunch of wind leaves. And honestly, at this point, I've got 3 bomb squad armor, which is actually keeping a lot of the chip damage off, which I'm really happy about. Because it's not chip damage at this point, it's the burst damage that's a concern. And so bomb squad armor is keeping that off. The iframes would be nice, but they're not that super necessary, and we've got more than enough jumps. That is actually the true fear in the arena. It's just like, you do not have enough jumps. You're stuck down in this tiny little platform area. Good luck. And at this point, we have bypassed that completely and have nothing to worry about. Fortunately, this drill thing keeps dropping, and it's like, this isn't even remote. Ooh, these are useful. This isn't even remotely useful in the arena. I'm glad they took out the Mole's Orchid, though. Hey, more Vigor Beetles. Okay, and I've got 215 health. I don't actually know if there's caps on health, come to think of it. Oh, hello. More drill speed! Yeah. Usually, I will admit, as far as, like, weapon combos and stuff like that goes, I would actually vastly prefer to be playing... Ooh, hello. He did not live long. I would prefer to be using Yoji in, like, almost all senses. Like, I think about this frequently when I'm playing. It's like, man, I really wish I was Yoji right now. Not, like, whomever I'm playing. Hey, there we go, some iframes. Not that it's really necessary here, but, oh, well, there was a skull pick up there. Did not notice. That is the one problem with the, ricochet shot. It can and will just completely, take out things, and I will not realize it until well after the fact. Okay, but, that's a lot of explosions. We've got a lot of the iframe items down. We've got black hole boxes. Okay, so our basic needs have been fulfilled at this point. Everything can just get lulzy, which I am happy about. I've got $11,000, so pretty much at this point, world's our oyster. I like it when the world is our oyster in arena mode. Just makes for fun runs. All right, let's keep going. To break, to start dinner. Having just extremely American hack job sushi. When I say hack job sushi, I mean effectively it's just rice vinegar and canned tuna and rice and seaweed. It's like the laziest. It's the laziest sushi you will ever see. And I prefer it to regular sushi because I don't know, regular sushi is super expensive. I'll be honest here. I know cost does not necessarily dictate flavor, but but my desire to eat something is definitely affected by the sheer cost of anything. It's like, oh, hey, this steak is going to cost me 40 bucks. You know what? I can pass on that. Let's go buy some cheap steak and or just like pork chops. Why not? Who cares? I can't even tell the difference half the time because the way I cook everything. No, I can tell the difference. I just don't care. I think that's the main point. I'm also glad we're fighting a boss here. I'm kind of hoping gives something good, though. Instead of just dying and disappearing into the void. Ooh, more Vigor Beetles. Yes! Also, I love just how pretty everything looks. I think he died. Doesn't look like he gave anything specific. Oh, no, he's not dead yet. Either that, I can't get down below. There's stuff down here. Lots of money, actually. Wow, that's the only thing. Well, let's just take this guy head on. Actually, I think he just missed. I honestly can't tell. My HP total is not changing in the slightest. So what are we hoping for here? Lots of things. Is he gone? Nope, here he comes. What am I hoping for here? Love to get these items over here. Assuming I can get to them. Oh, wait, no, the volcanic orb is still available. Whoo. Whatever exploded over here definitely took my frame rate down by quite a lot. Also, I think the bosses on arena mode have quite the HP boost. Then again, we're not shooting saw blades, so go figure I'm not doing as much damage as I could potentially be doing here. Okay. Is that him? That's him. Right, because there's a freeze frame when the boss dies, even on arena mode. That's fine. Okay, so far so good. This might actually be one of those long runs if I really, really wanted it to be. I'm not super keen on the idea, honestly. I think it would get kind of boring after a certain point, just continuing this run. But I'm definitely going to milk it for the next, like, 10 to 20 minutes. Because, you know what? Why not? Have fun. I also just like the image of Android being like, I am the mineshaft inspector. Ha! There seems to be a problem here. Time to murder it all. And just, also, I have not had a grossly overpowered anything in quite a while in this game. And right now we're very close to that potential. I mean, we were already there, but, man, I haven't had a drill ball in ages, and I want a drill ball. They're fun. We haven't gotten them. We also don't have spread shot. We also don't have burst fire. There's like a whole host of things that I would seriously enjoy having here. I'm kind of hoping we can get, you know, the drill ball, the whatever, because we're getting a lot of volcanic bombs. That means rare items are dropping. Not a whole lot of the yellows though. Do we have any yellows? No, it's all whites and blues, which isn't necessarily a bad thing either. Hey, speaking of blues and whites, suddenly I feel weirdly racist. We're getting a crazy amount of bomb squad armor actually, like excessive amounts, and I do not regret these things at all. Let's see. Wow, yeah, we are getting all sorts of loot. Let's see, how many tomes of secrets do I have? I have 11. That's probably the main factor here. Because I was thinking, it's like, man, I don't get these drop rates when I'm playing in like standard adventure mode. Well, go figure. I don't generally have 11 books of secrets working in my favor. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, but more vigor beetles. I'm getting so much HP. Oh, look at all these clumps of iron. So much. Oh boy. How many do I even have at this point? 13. My drill will pierce the heavens, or at least encompass the heavens after a certain point. I'd love to see what happens when you have like 100 of these things. It'd probably be stupid. I'm okay with stupid. Also not firing a whole lot of missiles here. Or maybe I am. How many? I only have 6 of the missile things. I think they might have rebalanced it so they don't just shoot out like crazy anymore. Though that was very enjoyable back when that was a thing. Hey. I don't think I actually have one of these. Can't even tell what's going on over here. Look at all this loot, though. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of enemies that are just kind of stuck over on the side because they can't process it. Or they keep getting stunned? I'm not entirely sure where the stun's coming from, if that's the liar, because it could be the liar. But I thought that's only supposed to be on level up. So I could be just completely wrong about everything forever. Love it. I love the vortex shard just being like, nope. You're not going anywhere, Mr. Worm. And the worm is just like, oh no. I have no mercy. None whatsoever. Okay. Oh shoot, that was Draco blood. At this point, I've passed the point of needing them. I've passed the point of needing a lot of things, and honestly, I've already got 3. 4. 5? Nope, that was Heart of Belial. Yeah, still only got 4. Okay. Have to look down and actually suss out... Oh, nope, 5. And more Hearts of Belial. Yeah. Yeah, I actually have to look down at my inventory and pay attention to it just to see, you know, what is what. And where everything is in the quantities. I don't know. Like, I like the item system in this game. I do really wish you could, like, Oh. Oh, yeah. I forgot. I can show and hide it with shift. It's a toggle, though. That actually makes a lot of sense. Ooh, look at this frame rate. This is going to get pretty nuts after a certain point. But we still don't have the ball going. Oh, hello. Look at all this business up in this corner. Okay. I don't even know if we're getting anything good from this, but it's happening anyway. Okay, so things that we need, lots of black hole boxes. Honestly, if I could just if I could just suck in everything on screen, that would be helpful. Because there's a lot of power-ups I feel like I'm missing just because the ricochets are going all over the place, and I can only be on, you know, one part of the screen at a time. God, I cannot wait for co-op arena mode like online. Unfortunately, I was reading their patch notes and stuff, and I think we might actually have to wait a lot longer as far as like getting. Oh, hey, I just got a third shovel. Perfect. I think we might actually have to wait quite a while before like online co-op really comes out for this game, which I mean, it makes me a little bit sad, but it's also one of those where it's like online multiplayer is a hard thing to do, especially if you're not like a truly seasoned developer. I'm not entirely sure what Vine 2D's overall experience is in terms of like game design, but same time, meh. Oh, hey, ooh, hey, ooh, yes. Okay, I feel like the rare drops have increased, but maybe it's just a product of the sheer number of books of secrets I'm running around with. We've also got like a shit ton of liars for no good reason. Oh, Siren's Harp has been changed, so that's actually good. So I hadn't read the description yet, but the harp thing has a new. Geez, this is messy. It actually has a new effect where instead of whenever you level, it stuns everything. Now what it does is every time an elite monster dies, so any of those like kind of color enemies, you know, the ones with the colors around them. Anytime any of those things die, the entire level gets stunned. That makes a hell of a lot more sense than, you know, on a level per level basis, because let's be honest here, I will be level 17 for quite a while here. This also is absurd. Bosses definitely have a hell of a lot more health in arena mode, because like even his eyeballs aren't going down. Look at this damage. Look at this whatever is going on here. This is absurd and I like it, because the bosses I guess would be threatening if I wasn't grossly overpowered right now. I'm doing tens of thousands of damage to this thing, and it is not going down. Then again, neither am I. I've got 400 hit points. Like, I'm taking a bunch of those shots directly to the face. It's not doing a goddamn thing, which is great. However, it does mean this is going to take a very long time to turn through. I'm just going to use and abuse this time to get over here, if I can. I want this clump of iron, at the very least. I don't even know where it came from. Use and abuse this time to let enemies spawn, but I feel like they're not. I guess it's trying to be polite and being like, alright, you know, you're fighting a boss here, but this is silly. How much health does it have? I've done millions of damage to this thing. I see a track for like 40 to 400 something thousand dollars. Not dollars, 40 to 400 something thousand damage. And is still not even close to dead, maybe? I'm having some serious trouble deciding whether or not this thing is actually dying or not. I'm also flabbergasted that I am not taking any levels of, like, overt damage. Because a bunch of Dracul Bloods and iframe items effectively make me nigh on invincible. I've got, how many of the goop balls? I got 12 of the goopy de goops now. So that pretty much means nobody is going to be able to touch me. Oh, he's starting to get red. He's starting to get red. And all of his eyeballs are gone. So we've actually got a lot of stuff going for us here. Let's see, so things that I would desire from this boss. Ooh, hey, lots of power-ups over here. Let's just accept them into our everything. Ooh. I'm just gonna wait for this to abate. Something just died. The hell was that? Alright. Well, let's grab the battery and then see if I can get over here for this stuff. Yes! I think I just took out the boss, too. Beautiful. So I can switch my efforts back to murdering everything. Okay. And we've also got 80-something thousand. That's probably why I do so much damage. I've got multiple money shots, and they're packing in the heat here. Okay. So whatever exploded over there was worth quite a lot of pickups. I also feel like there's a maximum cap on the size increase from clusters of iron. Could be wrong on this one. Also, we have another boss already. This, kind of silly. Alright, let's just accept it and just shoot him. At least this one's not nearly as massive, so I can actually traverse the stage a little bit. Okay, so what do we got over here? It doesn't look like any pickups. I'm trying to go for any and all pickups before anything else, because, like, I'm not threatened. I'm just, you know, seeking more and more power. Greed is good and whatnot. Wow. This is comical. It does look like they've fixed the frame rate a little bit in this. But then again, this run has not gone nearly as long as that previous one. And whenever something dies, occasionally just everything goes to hell. Look at that. Just got another double shovel. Perfect. So we're getting there. We are getting there. This just takes a little bit of time. But yeah, every once in a while something blows up and just gets me an insane amount of items. Which I do not regret. How many Jin Zeverhorns do we have? 4. That is not nearly enough. Not even close. Okay, what did I even get? Ah, another cluster of iron. How many of these do I have? I got 16. Yeah, I feel like there's diminishing returns or a cap on like the sheer number of size that you can get as a result of that. Oh, look at this over here. Hey, there's a shield. And some other stuff. Apparently I actually leveled up, so we're finally not level 17 anymore. Not like it mattered. I want this battery thing. I want it for mysterious reasons that really don't make any sense, because I've already got everything else that I could possibly want. Wow. I've got 25 harps at this point. Pretty much anytime anything dies, everything gets stunned here. Which really doesn't actually amount to that much of a stun, but you know what, whatever. Let's see what kind of stuff we get over here. Not much. Look at all this business. Look at it all. How many Tomes of Secrets do we have? We got 20. I pretty much have everything that I wanted. I can't jump through this guy. Which is annoying, because I really want to get Dracul Blood, even though I do not need it. Dracul Blood, Vigor Beetle. Yeah, this is why I want the black hole boxes, and I've got 3. Probably one of those most bread and butter items in the game, and I've got 3 of them. Though, I guess they're actually not in the base item pool in the game, come to think of it. They're an unlockable, if I recall. Hey, speaking of, there we go. Because I want to say they're unlockable. I could be wrong about that one. But yeah, if I can get a bunch of them, I'm going to be really happy. Look at how many volcanic bombs I have. I got 20. They're supposed to be rare. They're supposed to be rare. I just got another one. I guess now I'm actually at 20 as opposed to semi-exaggerated 20 that ultimately means 20 anyway. Something over here is probably going to blow up and give me items. Well, I mean, everything at this point gives me items. And nothing can harm me. Let's see. We might actually be well on our way to getting up to like 1,000 HP. It's very probable. Which I don't really have a whole lot of regrets for. Okay. Now, there are a couple of things that can kill us. They're just very rare. Most obvious version I can think of? Oh, right. If I'm not right-clicking, I actually move pretty fast. Most obvious thing that could kill us is not damage. I don't think I'm taking damage here. Okay. So ways this run could end. 1, my computer could shit itself and die. 2, you know what? Let's lay off on the melee attacks for a second. Wow. Yeah, just switching over to pure ranged is actually making a fair difference in frame rate. It's got to be all those swords. It really has to be. Unfortunately, I think most of my damage comes from right click. Yeah, it does. My melee attacks do way more damage. I just saw a crit for 83,000 damage. So we're just going to plonk ourselves here, and if the frame rate ever gets particularly bad, I'll lay off of it for a second. It's like the slow-mo button, but the slow-mo of death. Look at all those damage numbers. You know what? If I turn them off, let's crank all of these things down. Screen shake off. Dynamic camera. Okay. Let's see if I can get some frame rate out of this one. Alright, it helped a little bit. I think it doubled my frame rate, but that really doesn't make that much of a difference, all in all. It's not a bad deal, though. All things considered. This is super slow. And wow, yeah, those new lighting effects and stuff like that make things look real nice. Look at all this business. This is absurd. Very enjoyable. This guy will not die, though. That is actually kind of a problem, just how much health the bosses have. But then again, who really wants to be in the arena for this long? I certainly normally would, but right now it's not particularly attractive. Well, I mean, it's attractive, it's just, you know, performance. Performance is okay, gotta lay off for a second. Something just exploded and or died. I'm not entirely clear on the matter. There's a lot of just slow that happens all the time. Okay, so I can't see my damage numbers anymore. That makes me sad. So, interesting point to make. I want to say that the the guns actually stopped doing as much damage after a certain point. Like, a lot of my damage is coming from melee. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it's not just like extreme, crazy exponential damage a la my my sword thing. Because that's the only thing I can think of. Oh, there looks like there's a party over here. Let's just kill it quick. Do we get anything cool from it? We get a couple of things. A lot of things. I knew there was a party over there, and it was going to give me all sorts of stuff. Boss is getting close to death. Let's grab what we can on this side, because there's an equal amount of party over here as well, from what I can tell. Yeah, look at it all. It's still filing in. Beautiful. And now that we've taken that out, let's grab the last of the Vigor Beetles. And boss is dead. Perfect. More cards. I want to say it's the card that is actually having the most amount of frame rate issues. Also, there's can confirm there's no upper limit on the sheer amount of jackhammers. Well, not jackhammers. Cluster of iron size, or at the very least we haven't reached it yet, which has to account for something. Okay, so let's take a quick stock of what we have. We only have one spread shot. Would like more of those. Spread shot and burst fire would be really fun. We're getting a bunch of tomes of secrets. We've almost got 30 at this point. Oh, nope, we do have 30. Bomb squad armor is like we're swimming in it. We've got 14, and Vigor Beetles as well. Wow. Last I looked, we had under 500 HP. Now we're at 520. This is nonsense, and I want to say we're at $200,000. This is pretty absurd. This is why I like the arena when you get the arena working for you, and also the frame rate has improved. I feel like it's a kind of slow spawn point though, so let's not even let them file in. I guess also I have like massive amounts of sword coverage. I feel like I'm playing a bullet hell shooter, except for instead of me being the little spaceship flying around, I am I'm the final boss, or the whatever boss that's just shitting projectiles that you have to dodge. Speaking of, I need to get into more bullet hell shooters. I think people told me that, was it Raiden? Raiden was good? No, it wasn't Raiden. I think Crimson Clover's on my list. But like another developer sent me another shmup, and I'm just like, alright, so it looks like bullet hells and shmups. What is even the difference? I don't know, actually. But another developer sent me a shmup, so it's just like, alright, well, looks like it's time for Wanderbot to get more into this genre. I don't even know. It does actually kind of fit what I do. It just felt kind of niche compared to like what I usually do. But then again, roguelikes in and of themselves are niche, so there's that. Let's see. Whoa, look at all this stuff just file right in. This is nonsense. And look at all those swords go. Link would be jealous. The entire right side of my screen is jealous. Okay, let's grab all this business. And it's still coming in. There's so much stuff. Wow. How many vortex shards do I have? 9. Because apparently having like a butt ton of vortex shards gives it a crazy AoE. We have the boss just bundled up into a tiny little zone. This is... Oh, I'm trying to think. This reminds me of something. I want to say it's the Jungle Book that had the snake character that they ended up tying into like this really awkward looking knot. And you end up kind of feeling bad for him, but not really. I think that's what we're talking about here, because it was like the hypnotic snake. But then again, I know it must have been Disney. Or at least some pseudo-Disney cartoon style show, movie, thing. I don't know. Whatever, let's let the boss get free for a second. He's in an awkward angle to shoot at. I don't want to be fighting anything directly above. There we go. See, look at him. He's right. He's bundled. Look at this little bundle of joy. And or, you know, potential victimization. I don't even know. Just glorious, really. Unfortunately, my frame rate, on the other hand, wow, yeah, the moment I stop shooting, my frame rate recovers. And I can actually, it gives me a little bit of leeway before it goes back to being utter tripe. Hey, more spread shot, if I can get it. I have no idea if it's registered. There we go. I guess it's scatter shot, but still. Okay, so how many shots does that even give me? I want to say it's 3. But it's very hard to see. Wow. Okay, never mind. My gun still does a fair amount of damage here. I'm just gonna shoot things for a while. It seems like I actually do a fair amount of damage shooting anyway. I've probably got like 4 chests lying around. No, I've only got a couple. I wonder if they disappear after a certain point in time. I hope not. That'd be unfortunate. It looks like the explosions still kind of mess things up super hard. Yeah, wow. Having a bunch of vortex shards effectively make... Did the boss just, like, back out of the level? Was he just like, fuck this? Alright, he was. So let's quickly do the slowdown mode, just for a second, because I want to scratch my eye. But, like, Here's the fun thing. I'm not even using my melee attack, which is my, like, primary heal. Well, with Dracula Blood, we're still not taking damage. I don't know if we're invulnerable or what, but it definitely feels that way. I'm not even using my melee attack anymore. So the frame rate goes down to 10 and then bursts up back to 60 for like half of a second as things explode or whatever. This is a cornucopia of kaboom. And I like it, but I don't really understand it. Okay, let's see if we can actually take oh, shoot. I just have so much... Okay, this is comical. So my vortex shards are big enough that anything on the level, at least any of the worms, any loose enemy, just gets immediately sucked into a vortex. And just things get stupid from there. This is beautiful. This is like... Oh, man. I can't actually think of like a good example of what exactly this is, apart from just like... comical. And I love it. So let's get more of these things, because yeah, wow. They have, I almost want to say like an exponential range, or like the growth on the vortex shard is absurd. Like, eyeball creatures, worms and whatever, just immediately beeline for it. I was going to point this out earlier. Let's try taking some damage here. Something will let me. Yeah, I actually heal so fast and take so little damage from all that bomb squad armor that nothing actually hurts me. I'm not even shooting things at this point. Things are just dying around me just based on sheer proximity. Like, my hands are not on the keyboard, and we're getting this level of frame rate issue. This isn't me at all. We're getting like 2 frames a second. You know what? At this point, I could just let this run. I'm really curious what would happen if I let this sort of thing run overnight, but I am concerned that it would set my computer on fire. So I think I'm going to make the executive decision and call this good enough. Because I don't think we're going to be able to get any farther than slideshow Bob here. Also, we've got a just dong hanging off below us. This is absurd. Oh wait, frame rate has improved. Holy shit, yeah, so that must have been just something exploding right in there. That was absurd. Okay. So, yeah, next time that happens, just take your hands off the keyboard, wait for it to come back. Also, at this point, chests are free. Or almost free. They only cost 350, because I've got 4 pilfer engines. Pilfer engines are absurd. Okay. Okay, do not fire melee weapon. Bad things will happen. I just got another pilfer engine. Wow, even the big orb eyeball things get sucked in to this just gigantic mess. But even then, I think I'm pretty much gonna have to pull the plug on this run anyway, because wow, yeah, you can even see the range on all of these vortex shards. It's absurd. It's like if you're stacking barbed wire in Risk of Rain. But like, this is nonsense and comical. Nonsense and comical. I don't even know. I have to say I'm very satisfied with this run. I'm disappointed that we can't continue on, but it does feel like they are making performance increases on this game. To the point where, like, you know, eventually we will be able to do an infinite arena run and then truly see what kind of ridiculous shit we can get into. I kind of wish it would actually just turn off special effects. I think that would be the easiest way to do it. It's just like, alright, well, the frame rate is just hemorrhaging badly. Let's not see what's going on. Let's just turn this off and go from here. Look at all this loot that I've just got hiding over in this corner. Yeah, every once in a while you gotta clear out the corners, because it's just filled with stuff. The boss is still over there, just stuck. Doesn't even know how to handle it. Truly does not. But then again, neither does my frame rate. So there's that. Look at all these things. Look at the size of my drills! If I wasn't having crippling frame rate issues, we would absolutely be able to eventually rival the size of the eyeball. It would take a very long time, but it would be glorious nonetheless. Okay, let's see if we can get this chest. I don't know if I did or not. I'm just going to assume as such, because I honestly can't see what's going on. I'm not even using my melee weapons anymore. I'm just running around shooting, because that's the only way I can even get around Some of these particle effects are massive. The boss is massive. And just their enemies zooming every which way. It is dumb. Oh, hey. I'm not actually getting a slowdown with the melee attacks right now. Oh, you know what? I bet it's because we're not touching the enemy. Thought so. How many batteries do I have? Too many. Let's just save up for a second. We've got a Vortex Shard and it's killing things. I guess they don't get that much bigger a la battery, which is kind of a shame. Your shots will never be that big anymore. Like, I think gone are the days of the Mondo. Oh, hey, it actually took out the boss. We might be able to continue. Gone are the days of the extremely large saw blades along the way. Yeah, I think we can continue. The frame rate hasn't gone down to 0 in a while. Or 1. We're getting more scattershot, which is great. That's part of the reason why I want to continue with this run, because I want to see what happens if I have like 10 scattershot. Just, you know, shots all over the place. But I think also Bomb Squad armor has some kind of like flat damage reduction. Or maybe not flat damage reduction, but like a pretty hefty percentage with no diminishing returns. Yeah, wow. Frame rate is almost back to normal. I think, oh, this is the mech worm. Come for glorious battle. Glorious, stuck into a compartmentalized little nook that does not know how to handle this. This is doofy. Alright, let's just shoot him. Because otherwise we're going to be here forever. Like, I want to pull the plug on this just because performance issues. On the other hand, I don't. Just because it's like, I want to see. I want to get as far as I can get. Alright, now the frame rate is chunking. These explosions are not happy. Because they just keep staying. He's turned into a little mech nugget. Oh, it's adorable. And dying. Just very slowly. Hey, we're going to be able to get up to 1,000 HP on this run. If I kept doing this. I'm just over here accepting that everybody will just come to me. I don't even have to try. I just have to wait. I've got 35 swords. I'm not using my melee weapon here. I'm not using anything. I'm just gonna hold down the attack button. Let's see, my phone is in my left pocket. I might as well just go read my emails. Oh, hey! The frame rate has stopped being a problem. Yay! Boss is still just like, kill me. Why? Why do I exist this way? Must not be the money. I don't even know. This is just magical and dumb. Oh man, you can just see those swords slideshow out. It's actually kind of pretty. If it wasn't so painful at times. Okay, let's just stop the Christmas tree of light. Alright. Is he dead? He's not dead yet. But unfortunately, I think bosses spawn more with much more like frequency when you get up this high in the arena, because it's trying to kill you desperately. Problem is, like, I feel like the developers are just like, alright, so we have no way to like actually kill the player because they're just so ungodly powerful. Let's just make it so that they eventually give up because their computer can't handle it. Maybe I should come back to this like in like 3-4 years when I've got an even newer computer, you know, multiple graphics cards, and just see what kind of ridiculous shit I can get into. Probably a lot. Because, what? I've got 7 extra shovels, 6 shot, got a bunch of drills, which helps me in no way, shape, or form, 32 vigor beetles. I want to say that those are actually like a built-in thing at this point. Like, those are actually a mechanically higher chance in arena mode, but it could be wrong. But we have a lot of them. We have a lot of things. That harp though is the main. Attraction is not the right word, but it definitely does feel like it's the main thing. He has not moved. The boss is just cuddled into this like awful little corner, just being like, I regret life. I regret living. All right, let's just sit here and shoot him. Like, he's still shooting at me occasionally, which is actually kind of fun to watch because, like, apparently he's laid out pretty well inside the little worm nugget, but it doesn't really help him that much. Alright. We got about 5 more minutes out of this. But at this point, we're at less than 1 frame per second. Oh boy. I'm just gonna take my hand off the mouse. Let's see how long it takes us to recover. Let's see. I'll set a timer. Apparently wants me to connect my charger. Note to self, charge phone. Okay, stopwatch, go. Alright. And while we're here, let's take a look at other stuff. Let's see, any new emails, any other stuff like that. Nope. Frame rate is actually showing as 0 now. I thought we'd probably get to this point. See, are there any interesting comments on my Cavern Kings videos? They're asking pretty much for this run. Have not seen Burstfire yet, though. Interestingly enough, I wonder if Burstfire is even still in the game. I have no idea. But yeah, no, I would love to have a run where I could actually just, like, pick what I wanted. Oh, man, command mode. Command mode on Cavern Kings would be so nice. It's so much fun. There are a lot of, actually, Risk of Rain style game modes that I would like. Alright, it's showing 0 frames per second on both the recording and otherwise. I think, at this point, he's dead, Jim. He's dead. This was a fun run. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Cavern Kings. I don't think we're doing this again for a while. Thanks for watching. Sort of. Still here? So am I. I tried hitting escape like 10 seconds ago. Maybe 30 seconds ago? It was not confidence-inspiring, to say the least. None of this is confidence-inspiring. Hope it doesn't kill my recording. I don't think it will. Nope, that's not it. I'm gonna charge my phone at this point. I'm just gonna let this run until the game recovers. I want to see what happens. Probably nothing. I want to see how long it takes. I set that timer for a reason. And... gosh dang it. I'm gonna see it through. Even if it's going at 1 frame per 4 minutes. Hey, pause! Let's see what I can do. Dynamic camera off, screen shake off, lighting normal, music. Turn off those sound effects. We can't. Okay, well, let's just go back to this. Ooh, even pressing resume is a nightmare. Was it 60 FPS for a second?